Greet then lads and lasses, how we doing and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's daily news video, we have news starting off from the man himself in Eddie Howe in his first press conference away from home of the season. We have news that Newcastle United have officially appealed Fabian Shaw's red card which he received in the Premier League opener against Southampton. We have the decision of that appeal coming up in just a second. It's not positive. In other news, it's been reported by Craig Hope that Kieran Trippier is unhappy that his captaincy has been taken away from him. If you haven't heard the news by now, Bruno Guimaraes is Newcastle United's official captain. Kieran Trippier has had that stripped away from him. It's what he feels like apparently, and this is one of the reasons why the 33-year-old wants to leave the club. You may have your very strong opinion on that news article right there. Don't worry, so do I. Yet again, we'll get into it in just a second. But the last bit of news that we've been given today, it's been reported that Newcastle United have inquired and are interested in two different centre-backs. Both centre-backs in question here are absolutely fantastic. However, don't believe this for a second. This is all a smokescreen for Mark Gahey. I can see right through it. Find out why at the end of the video, why that is a smokescreen. So without further ado, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and of course, subscribe to the Geordie Josh channel if you are new for all Newcastle United content, and let me know down below, without any bias involved, do you think Fabian Shaw's red card should be rescinded? Yet again, no bias involved. Without further ado, let's get into it. So we'll start off with the Fabian Shaw news, as Eddie Howe has directly give us this in his press conference. It was said by Eddie Howe, Newcastle United have appealed the decision of the red card to Fabian Shaw, of course what he gained at Southampton at home in that Premier League opener. The appeal for that red card was then rejected. Fabian Shaw will now miss the next 3 games, including our Carabao Cup fixture against Nottingham Forest, so he will be back for the away match at the Molineux Stadium, Wolverhampton Wanderers. I'm not gonna lie, it's such a weird one, because yes, Fabian Shaw did technically headbutt Ben Brereton Diaz. However, if you actually watch the video, Ben Brereton Diaz headbutted Fabian Shaw before Shaw headbutted him. It was very, very soft. Unfortunately, in the soft laws of today's game, it is a headbutt, and any headbutt connection is a red card. But even before that, before Southampton striker headbutted Shaw himself, he actually pushed him in the back. It's a very, very weird one, and yet again, it looks like Newcastle United is kind of on the front of a bad decision. We've just got to move on though, and it looks like maybe Dan Burn and Lloyd Kelly will be our centre-backs. Who knows, it may be Emil Kraft on the right-hand side, to which I actually wouldn't be too sad about. Emil Kraft put in a very solid performance against Southampton. Fingers crossed if we go for the Swede, it will happen again. Moving on though, to what is the biggest news of the video, it's been reported by Craig Hope that Kieran Trippier is upset that Bruno Guimaraes has took his captaincy away from him. Of course, not actually unhappy with Bruno himself, but unhappy with the decision that his captaincy has been stripped away from him. It's also the reasons as why Kieran Trippier wants to leave the club. Now, it has actually been very credibly reported by David Ornstein, who is one of the most reliable journalists out there, that Kieran Trippier does want to leave the club. However, there was no mention that he wants to leave because the captaincy was took away from him. If I'm going to be honest, I can't fully believe it. Of course, if you're Kieran Trippier, you get the captain armband took off you. Although Jamal Lascelles is the club captain, doesn't often play too much, you would still be a little bit upset that that's been took away from you. Kieran Trippier has been an instrumental figure to Newcastle United for the last 3 years. Of course, rightfully so, you are going to be a little bit angry, but in my opinion, from an outsider looking in, from a fan perspective, I think Kieran Trippier is that kind of role model person to get the understanding that Bruno Guimaraes, if he is to become captain, he's not going to hold any grudges. Kieran Trippier turns 34 next month. I don't think he's exactly going to chuck his toys out the pram like he's some sort of troublesome 17-year-old teenage winger, if you know what I mean. Kieran Trippier's been managed under Diego Simeone, played in Champions League League finals, Euro finals, World Cup semi-finals. I don't think getting the captain's armband stripped away from him is why he wants to leave the club. In my opinion, the reason why he wants to leave the club is because he's a top-level professional and wants to better his career. At 34 years old, he knows that Tino Livramento is our number one choice right back. If he wants to go and better his career and start week in, week out for a Premier League team like Everton, then so be it. And you know what? Hats off to him at 34 years old, to which he will be next month. If you still want to play at the top level of football and not kind of be an understudy to Tino Livramento, sit on the bench and grab a wage, then fair play to him. That shows a lot of character and I really can respect that. However, saying that, I would not mind if Kieran Trippier was cover for Newcastle United with his versatility, given that cover, experience, veteranship, all that sort of stuff is greatly appreciated at Newcastle United. If he does want to leave though, and it was reported by David Ornstein, he may leave on loan. I would prefer it to be a permanent transfer. Yes, Emil Kraft and Tino Livramento may not be enough for cover. We could see Harrison Ashby be sold this summer, but if Kieran Trippier was to leave, my preferred destination would be Saudi Arabia, so he can't exactly strengthen Everton at the same time, but also we would get some money that we naturally wouldn't get from any other Premier League club. 2 years left on his contract, turning 34 years old, a decline in pace, and overall ability is what we've seen last season. Anything north of £12 million, especially from Saudi Arabia, hands up, I've got to be taking it. But moving on to the last news of the video, yet again, it's been reported by Craig Hope that Newcastle United have inquired for a deal for Bayer Leverkusen centre-back Edmund Tapsoba, by the way, an unbelievable centre-back, and also have shown interest in RB Leipzig centre-back Mohamed Simakan. I'm not going to lie, these two centre-backs are absolutely not just world-class yet, but are absolutely phenomenal. However, this is the most obvious smokescreen I think I've ever seen. Crystal Palace are really trying to play hardball with Newcastle United for Mark Gahey. Newcastle United's definitely trying to get this into the media to show Crystal Palace all of our eggs aren't sort of in one basket, so to speak. We don't just have Mark Gahey as one centre-back target. We can go elsewhere if Palace demand too much, and Crystal Palace will know for £65 million for a player who will leave in 2 years. If Newcastle want to pursue other options, we will go there and they're going to lose £65 million. Honestly, Palace, it's a no-brainer. Just accept that money. Seriously, it is. There's no way Mark Gahey, even when he's 26 years old, near enough in his prime, will renew a contract at Crystal Palace. It's £65 million. A club record sale for Crystal Palace and a club record transfer for Newcastle United. Let's just shake hands and get this done. Nevertheless though, if Newcastle United were to buy Edmund Tapsoba, I'd be a very happy man. That's all I can say. Edmund Tapsoba from Burkina Faso has been a top level centre back for quite a while now, but yes, in my opinion, I think with being quite a proud Englishman as well, I'd absolutely love England's starting centre back to sign for Newcastle United. Honestly, I would be absolutely chuffed. What a player, 24 years old and Premier League proven as well. Nevertheless, if you did enjoy today's video, that is the end. So if you did enjoy, hit the thumbs up button and of course, subscribe if you are new and let me know down below. Obviously, I do believe that is a smokescreen, but if you had to pick one centre-back out of RB Leipzig's Mohamed Simakan, Bayer Leverkusen's Edmund Tapsoba and Crystal Palace's Mark Gahey, what centre-back would you pick? Not gonna lie, I want Mark Gahey every day of the week. Ball playing, strong, great in the air, England centre-back. That guy is so good. Without further ado, I've been Josh. Go and enjoy your day, people.